Hey everyone, Arbiter Wolf here with another weekly video. So my main theme that kind of kept coming up this week is learning to overcome the ugliness of learning new things. Because when I go to videos like Mark Burnett's or Ethan Becker or just another type of tutorial video, they generally show you how to do something that they make simple. But then when I go and try it, it looks so horrible. And really, this week has just been trying to work through that very ugly art that I'm producing. Right now, the drawing that I'm doing is for the portrait drawing. And while I think it went better than most of the things this week, I still kind of feel meh on it. And this drawing was after just hours of trying to get things that Mark and other YouTubers make look so simple and so easy to do. And then I go to try to perform the things that they do, and I'm looking at it like, what in the world is that? Speaking of what in the world is that, let's kind of start showing some of that. So, what I'm doing here is I'm still trying to do practice for both head and face. I didn't feel like I got enough practice on that last week, so I wanted to do a better focus on those key areas. What I was doing a lot is I was using a lot of Mark's and Ethan Becker's techniques. I found myself just kept going back and kind of rewatching their videos to see if I could pick up on what I'm not seeing when I actually go and try to do it. And what I eventually found is that I really just needed to just keep trying to do it, regardless of how ugly it looks. And trust me, these look ugly to me, and I'm sure they look ugly to you. But after practicing for a bit, I started to see some improvements. Mind you, these improvements still don't look as great as those that were easily being shown by Mark and Ethan, but they were something, and it just shows that I'm going to have to practice and it's going to look bad, and I need to be okay with that. Because I also have to remember these guys that I'm trying to get advice and knowledge from are one, in the profession of drawing and art, and two, because of that, they have way more hours and time and effort put into this than me. So, of course, my art's going to look not good compared to those. So, what I think I'm going to start trying to do is do what I'm doing with the gesture drawings here. So, here are the gesture drawings that I've been doing. They're numbered 40 to 80. The reason being is that I missed them from last week. And after doing another 40 of these, I did find it very helpful for a couple reasons. One, just the time limit of 2 minutes. It kept it in a fast pace, and then it also just kept me from lingering on it and just wasting too much time on something trying to get it perfect, which is why I kind of want to implement this same type of doing practice timed and doing a lot of them with other areas. Like, for example, doing head and face, which after doing the head and face for a while, I finally kind of started to come up with my own way of putting everything together, which is the same thing that I learned from doing gesture drawings over and over again. And what really helped with the gesture drawings is the fact that I didn't spend a whole lot of time on them. And then I also did a lot of them. Now, switching gears here, I kind of wanted to go into the other two things that I practiced here. So the other one is doing a 2 point perspective scene. And this time around, I didn't really do the whole coloring thing. I just kind of did the lines for it. While I do think it kind of went okay, it's not the best. And generally, that's also another theme of this video is really just everything's not the best. But what I really feel I need to do is kind of just watch artists that do scene drawings and see how they put everything together, because I think I got the general gist of the tune point. Where I really lack is just starting to put in the small details that makes it look like a really cool scene. Now, before we go into the last thing, which is the mannequin drawings, I wanted to kind of change it up of how I'm going to be presenting each week for this challenge. So before I was kind of just doing whatever Mark says to do for the month, I would do it for that week. And while that seemed good at first, now it's kind of seeming like a bad idea. Not in terms of trying to complete this by the end of the year, more in terms of I don't want to move past something unless I feel some level of comfort from it. So, for example, the head and face drawings, I was supposed to complete that the week prior, but unfortunately, I felt like I didn't have enough time with it. So, what I'm going to do here instead is I'm just going to treat it like a task list. And once I complete the thing within that month, I'm just going to cross it out. And as soon as I complete all the tasks in that month, then I'm just going to move to the next month. And what I'm going to do is on the community page, I'm going to post what I've done so far and kind of show my progress that way. Because I am shooting to get this done by the end of the year, but at the same time, I don't want to rush it and get no knowledge from it. Speaking of that, let's go to the mannequin drawings here. So this was Mark's method. He's breaking down each section into different shapes, basically, and then constructing a mannequin. While I did get some practice in, I feel like it still wasn't enough, so I'll be practicing this also next week. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.